my process of discernment actually started because there were several people in my church that kept, that were coming out. Through the course of about 15 years, every year there were several people who would come out to me. And it got to the place where I felt like our church's stance, our theology, and just the way we practiced our beliefs weren't really helping the LGBTQ community in our church. Unfortunately, one of the things we did was send people to conversion therapy. And that just made things worse. And there was a point where I realized that, we're not only wasting our money, but we're actually it seems like we're causing more harm to people. And so my discernment process began to unfold of just trying to reconcile the theology with the implications of what was actually happening to the community. And so to make a long story short, it was like a 6-year process of me engaging with people who left the church that came from conservative communities and trying to figure out what scripture actually said. And so at the end of that 6-year journey, I actually came to a place of just not agreeing with a lot of the things that I was taught to believe. I saw that there was another way of looking at scripture from a different paradigm. It really helped me reconcile what love actually means and to how we can allow LGBTQ people to thrive instead of going towards self-loathing and self-hatred. And so that process was really surprising for me because I didn't plan on coming to a place of affirmation. But when I did, the interesting thing is one of the people I first had a conversation with was my 15-year-old son. I had been in this journey for 6 years, and I remember bringing home all these books on homoerotic literature, and he'd be the one that kept telling me, "Dad, put away those books, my friends are coming over." And at the time he was dating a girl, and so there was nothing suspicious in my mind. But when I finally told him that I had become affirming in my theology and he looked like bothered by it, I asked him, his name is Drew, I asked him, "Drew, what do you think, about same-sex relationships?" And that's when he came out to me and he said, "Dad, I'm gay." And so it was a surprising turn of events. I thought I was going to reveal something scandalous to him or surprising, and in turn he was the one that actually revealed himself to me. As I reflect back at that period, part of the thing that I'm really grateful for is that I allowed my son to know that it would be safe to come out to me because I was affirming in my theology. But I don't think I actually helped him to really understand what that meant. Because shortly after that, when I announced what happened to my church, there was just a lot of negativity. He was removed as a Sunday school teacher. People stopped talking to him. People started talking about him behind his back, and it was just really apparent. And there was just a lot of harmful things. And I wish that, that I had done a better job of shielding him from just a lot of the negative, harmful things that were being done, especially as our church was trying to navigate this. So much of the conversation centered around my relationship to my son. And I wish there was a way for us to talk about it that protected him more. And so I think even as a parent, my wife and I, we had no one to turn to. As conservative Christian parents, coming from a conservative community, there was no one that we had to ask questions of, how to parent a gay child. And so I wish my wife and I had more resources. I wish there was something that we could have done to prepare ourselves better. And so we were kind of going off on the fly, right? We were just trying to learn along the way. And so because of it, I think, there were a lot of mistakes that we could have prevented. But at the same time, our son was so gracious and just being willing to be patient with us. And so we're grateful for that.